Good morning. So today is December 26th, which is the day after Christmas. And you probably already know I don't really celebrate Christmas, but it was the only time I could make this turkey because it was my only day off to make it. So for Christmas dinner, we did have turkey and asparagus. There was sweet potatoes, and then my husband's partner decided, he works for this major grocery outlet warehouse place on the East Coast, and I think for every holiday they get something, like the warehouse will order extra of a particular item to hand out to their employees. So for Thanksgiving, it's always a honeysuckle turkey, which is what we got because his friends don't know how to cook turkey. And for Christmas, they gave them a few things, but they gave them yogurt, and it was Chobani flipped yogurts, and it was blueberry, and I think like walnuts and flaxseed. Like it was like a protein type of a yogurt concoction. And he brought over 2 cases, and you're talking about like 24, I think it was 24 of these yogurts. Let me just stop right there. Number one, yogurt is my favorite food of all time. That's why I was struggling with it when I decided I could have some. It's the first thing that's not induction friendly that I decided to eat after 2 weeks. It's my kryptonite. Like it is. I love yogurt. I've always loved yogurt. That's the one thing my mom kept in the house. It's the one thing that I always really look forward to. And I made yogurt smoothies and put nuts in them and granola and parfaits, and I love yogurt any way you can make it. I really do enjoy yogurt a lot. So I had decided to make these smoothies for the boys. I call them boys. When there's two men, they're boys. I made smoothies for the boys, and I made them with fresh blueberries and blackberries because those are the fruits I'm having. And I put granola on the top of the smoothie, and I mixed it with lots of milk and yogurt and sugar, and anyway, they were sucking them down, and they looked so good. And that, my friends, is my first mistake. I really should not have made them because they were so tempting for me to eat. Like I just could like envision myself drinking this. I was so, at first I was like excited to get them, and I was excited to make them for them, and then I was just completely pissed off. I was like really upset. I was like looking at them like, how dare you drink my favorite beverage. But that was really hard. I mean, I had like the worst craving, and I'm like, I can't get rid of this. What do I do? I'm so confused. It was so challenging. But the one thing that kept me going, and I'm going to explain this as a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Number one, what kept me going was I got on the scale, and if you know, I had a 298.8 video. Excuse me. I was really struggling. Sorry. I was really struggling to get from 298 down, and I kept like, I was like 298.8. I was really pissed off, and finally I got on the scale yesterday morning, and I was like, what is happening? If it happens again, no more yogurt, no more fruit. And it was 295. And it was like overnight. It was almost losing like 3 pounds something overnight. I was so excited. Sometimes that can be a bad thing because it's a good thing because I'm like, finally the scale moved and doing the right thing. They stay on track, and then sometimes it's like, well, you know, like I could, you know, it's like like I could indulge in something, and that is what like really catches me. And then I think I might have even took a video of this. I love gift cards, by the way, because for Christmas, for my main job, they gave out gift cards. Thank you for that. For Kmart, they gave food, and it was just like everything I could have eaten. Everything. I mean, there was not one thing I could have ate. They had meatballs and ziti, and they had sausage and ziti, and they had just get a little white car, and they had pizza and cookies. These cookies they got were like like from a deluxe company. You could clearly tell the ingredients were just like, they were just gourmet cookies. And they were chocolate chip, and they were oatmeal raisin, and they were like some other specialty kind with white chocolate. And you could smell them through the closed container. You could smell them when you walk into the break room. And I just looked at these, and I was just like, oh my God, this is what's gonna break my, I'm not gonna be able to continue. Like, this is what's going to happen. I was so, like, it's nobody's fault. They did have salad. It did have carrots in it. I did get a little salad. So I can't say they didn't have nothing. But they didn't have, like, chicken in the salad or something like that would fill you up. Or I was hungry 10 minutes later, so it really wasn't that sufficient. So those things to me are just like, come on, man, come on. Ugh. I just had to fight all these temptations. Before that, at my main job, they had Danishes and bagels and cream cheese and toaster. They like hooked you up. And they had donuts and muffins and all this really great things. And I was just like, man, this is becoming challenging. But I got through it, and damn if I didn't eat a lot of turkey. Like, I was so full. And I shouldn't have, like, gorged myself. But I was a mixture of pissed off. I was a mixture of pissed on. I was just, like, all kinds of upset. I was so beyond myself. I couldn't get it together. I just couldn't. And it was just really, really challenging. And then I brought my husband home 2 chocolate bars, and he hasn't ate them, and thank God, like, I don't know where they are. I believe they're in the freezer, but I'm not gonna look for them. It's like things like this are like, I thought I was strong enough to handle it, and I'm almost 3 weeks into this, and I'm not, because I'm not into this. I'm not ready for this. I'm like, and my uncle, I actually didn't go to my uncle's house because number 1, I had to work, but number 2, because he made like a non-carb, he made lasagna, and I'm like, I don't like how it's just, I don't know, it's so weird to like, I don't want to upset anybody, you know, so I just try to stay away from them. And honestly, I don't feel greedy about that. I do in a way, I feel a little selfish, but in a way I'm like, I can't be tempted that way anymore. Like, I'm not gonna be able to do this any longer. I have to be able to be a super picky you know what in order to make this successful, because if I'm not, it's just not gonna work. And I have to have this work. Like, this has to be the thing that gets this weight off of me. And so far in 2.5 weeks, so I've gotten almost 20 pounds down. And I'm still going. Like, I don't want to give up. I really need this to, like, become a habit of mine. I really do. Like, I'm desperate for this to work, because I have nothing else to try. I'm not getting surgery. I'm sorry. For those of you who have surgery and that's how you lost your weight and you had no complications, alhamdulillah. Thank God for that. For me, I got my gallbladder out, and that was the end. I immediately regretted it. Immediately. And I do have complications from having my gallbladder out. And it's just been like, I will never tamper with my insides ever again. That's my opinion. That's my disclosure for myself. That's my body, and that's how it is. for you it might be different, but for me, like weight loss surgery is not an option. It doesn't matter if I'm 700 pounds. It is not an option for me. Have I thought about it? Yes, I have. Have I considered it? Almost. Did I research it? A little bit. But that's just not me. I don't want to lose weight and be like, you know, I had to have weight loss surgery in order to lose weight. Like, I really want this to work. Really bad. So that's why I decided not to have cookies. And that's why I decided I can't have any pasta and danishes and donuts. Because the old me, it would have been a very Merry Christmas. I would have been so ecstatic. I mean, this was all on Wednesday. So, I mean, I'm just to the point now where it's frustrating, but I'm going to keep going. I have no other choice. Like I said, like, they're like either lose weight or just, you know, be fat. I don't want to be fat. I don't want to be, it's not that I don't want to be fat. Being fat or having some weight onto you or having curves as a woman is one thing. I don't want to be morbidly obese class 3, okay? That's what I don't want to be. I don't want to be that label anymore. I don't want to be at such high risk for diseases, and I don't want to not be able to get pregnant. I need to have a family, you know? So these things are really keeping me going. They're really inspiring me. After almost 3 weeks, it's like, I feel like I can do this. I just got to keep going and keep pushing myself. But it is not easy. This is not easy at all. It's not like a walk in the park or, you know, when you're losing weight. Here's my thing. This is why I find it kind of challenging. When you're not losing weight, okay, and the whole fridge and everything that anybody offers you is at your disclosure, okay, you don't have to think about food. I mean, you might think about food in maybe an addicted way, but you don't have to think about food as in, like, you know, how many carbs is that? How much sugar does it have in it? What are the ingredients? When you're not paying attention to any of that, you know, you don't think about that. You pay attention to other things. The moment you start to lose weight, it consumes your whole mind. It's what you think about 5, 6, 7 times a day. More than that, maybe 100 times a day. You have to worry about everything that goes into your mouth and everything that you're doing and everything that you're looking at and just everything. You have to constantly worry about what you're doing, how it's affecting your weight loss, the scale. And it's like, I don't, you know, I would love this to become second nature to me. I would love it. But it's not. So therefore, I have to just, you know, I have to really work at it. That's what I have to do. And that's what I'm going to do. So, anyway, that's my video. That's my tangent. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I have 3 more days to lose as much weight as I can. I'm really hoping to get to 292. And then my final weigh-in to get under, you know, the 90s, to get out of the 90s. I'm trying to get out of the 90s. That would be amazing to me. I would, you know, really, really enjoy that. I would love that. And that's my goal. So, anyway, guys, thanks for listening to me. And I hope some of my, like, really raw emotions kind of come through. And if you're going through something, you can see it is challenging. But you know what? If she can keep going, which I am, because I don't have another choice, then I can keep going too. And that's what I wanted to say. All right, guys, have a great Thursday. And I'll talk to you soon on my week